When I received a code for Moonlighter on the PlayStation 4, I couldn't wait to fire it up and get to dungeon crawling. But after a few hours of gameplay, I stopped. And I knew I needed to experience this on the Nintendo Switch, as I have more time to play daily on that console. So after playing tons of hours of dungeon crawling and managing my shop, I'm the Flannel Fox Tim Swernick, and I reviewed Moonlighter on the Nintendo Switch. Moonlighter is a top-down action RPG where you play as the owner of a store named Moonlighter, who has a dream to be a hero. To become that hero, he embarks on an adventure to clear 4 dungeons, each one ruled by a deadly boss. Each night, he sets out finding items to sell, monsters to slay, and glory to hold. Beginning with only a broom and a small, simple shop, you're dropped into the first dungeon where you're quickly shown the ropes, and learn that when you die in the dungeons, you lose all of your items you've collected on that run and are teleported back to town. You are then given a sword and a shield to better fight your foes, beginning your journey. As you play through each dungeon, you collect items that will stock your shop for the next day. The deeper in the dungeon that you go, the better loot that you'll find. So in stocking the shelves that night when you get home, you price your items accordingly. The common items lower and the rare items higher, monitoring your customers' reactions and trying new price points until you reach that perfect number to keep your popularity at its peak potential. Make sure you don't overflood the market with certain items though, as they won't be worth as much. The same goes for holding back the certain items to supply that demand for the customer. At the end of your sales day, you'll get a full rundown of your sales and robbery attempts. Yes, thieves will try to steal your goods, but if you catch them in time, you can give them a good walloping and send them on their way. The earnings for the day are yours to choose the best way to progress forward. Should you upgrade your shop, allowing more spaces to have more items on the sales floor at once, or craft that new greatsword enabling you to slay more golems to collect higher valued items. The choice is yours, and boy is it a satisfying one. Saving up tons of greatly valued items after upgrading my shop space to have a huge sales day, then using my 500% increase in profit to enchant my weapons and demolish a dungeon boss is rewarding on so many levels that you have to experience. Along with the incredibly rewarding progression is the addictive combat. When inside the dungeons, the levels are reminiscent of early-gen Zelda games, moving from room to room, trying to find the door to the next level of that dungeon. The combat consists of a light attack, a heavy Zelda-like 360 attack, shield block, and if you equip a bow, a ranged attack. Personally, I used a greatsword for the heavier damage and a bow. Also having a dodge roll similar to Enter the Gungeon, where you're invincible during the roll, but you also use it to leap over gaps. Truly giving you the complexity of modern melee games, and once you get into a rhythm, you'll be blowing your way through dungeons with ease, a perfect balance of getting good and upgrading your gear. Playing on both the PlayStation 4 and the Nintendo Switch, they both look fantastic. And while experiencing minor bugs on the Nintendo Switch, which I put much more time in on, none of them had serious repercussions. I definitely recommend playing the Switch version because on planes, trains, and automobiles, you can moonlight. Moonlighter is absolutely amazing. From the moment that I started playing, I knew this game was made for someone just like me. The systems of shopkeep base building work so incredibly well with the roguelike dungeon crawling that it's hard to put down, and I can happily recommend it on PlayStation 4 and especially on the Nintendo Switch. That's why I'm giving Moonlighter on the Nintendo Switch a 9 out of 10. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Flannel Fox. Follow me on Metacritic and Twitter at The Flannel Fox, and on Instagram at The Flannel Fox Gamer. Be sure to follow and subscribe because the more followers and subscribers I get, the more codes I get, which means I make more videos. I'd like to thank 11-Bit Studios for providing me with the PS4 review copy. Thanks for watching my videos, and as always, see you next time, Switchers. Bye.